We have learned from the NBA insiders that the New York Knickerbockers are preparing a, quote, tsunami-type offer. A tsunami-type offer to get Bucks star Giannis Antetokounmpo. There's even talk of a reunion. The New York basketball team would like to hire Jason Kidd. So the Knicks are asking Dallas officials for permission to speak to Kidd about their vacant head coaching position. And while New York is also preparing to make that big run at the Greek Freak from Wisconsin. So there's a lot going on. There's a lot going on. Of course, nobody knows whether or not Giannis wants to play in New York. So it's all a guessing game. It's all a guessing game. So let us discuss the question. According to recent reports over the weekend, the Knicks preparing a, quote, tsunami-type offer, close quote, to acquire Giannis Antetokounmpo from the Bucks. So how does that one hit you? So I've got Haley's Comet, Hallucination, and Jim Nance. And we will combine all of these things together, and we are going to provide a 2-for-1 special. 2 takes for the price of 1. In fact, forget that. How about 3 takes for the price of 1? So, first of all, the Netflix docu-series is ready to go. Right, this plays like a Netflix docu-series. The NBA offseason, which it hasn't started yet. You get the finals going on, but nobody's really paying attention to the finals based on the ratings. You get a flashback to the Stone Age. So it's a clickbait-a-palooza is what it is, right? It's a Shakespearean drama. It's also a Haley's Comet situation. When you talk about the Knicks, and having done this job for a couple of minutes, and having players migrate from team to team year after year after year and all that stuff, I say it's a Haley's Comet situation. My entire life, every year, the top 1 or 2 players in free agency or to be traded is always connected to the Lakers. It's always connected to the Knicks. But in terms of the Knicks thing, the Knickerbockers have gotten those players once every 76 years. It's like Haley's Comet. And the basketball scribes, no, I understand. If you're in that game, you're in the clickbait game, you got to do it. Like, that's how it works, and you throw the Knicks in there, and the basketball scribes, they got a lot of bandwidth. They got to fill. Got to use up those megabytes one way or another, and why not, right? Why not throw it out there? A Greek Freak rumor, clickety-click. Click, 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 click. The tsunami-type offer, though, when I saw that and Giannis connected, a tsunami-type offer and Giannis Antetokounmpo, that was a dead giveaway. A dead giveaway that it was bullcrap. Fresh, hot bullcrap. Freshly made. And I believe that. And here's why. Who could the Knicks possibly offer the Bucks that would be a tsunami-like offer? Seriously. Right? I mean, look at the roster. OG Anunoby. Whee! Exciting. Mikal Bridges. Boy, what a disaster he was in the playoff run. Several moments there. Those guys are, for the most part, supporting actors. And some draft picks from, 2037? You can throw those in, or 2042. Well, what about Karl Anthony Towns? Well, Karl Anthony Towns, who has a bad habit, and his bad habit is vanishing in big games. And he's also allergic to playing defense. And that seems to be an issue that was part of the Knicks' downfall in the playoffs. So get to the point, please. Outside of trading Jalen Brunson, which would defeat the purpose of getting Giannis Antetokounmpo, outside of that move, there is no tsunami to offer the Milwaukee Bucks. It's more like a trip to Walmart and buying one of those plastic kiddie pools. It's like, that's a tsunami. Maybe they can throw a meet and greet with Ben Stiller, or you can be part of the next big project from one of the many actors, many of them washed up, who go to those Knicks games and sit in the front row. But the NBA has mastered, for better or worse, the hot stove league. Like, who knows? Giannis might not be moved at all. But there's a lot of pressure in the NBA to move people around. There's a lot of pressure to make that happen. And Giannis is the next one up. The Bucks are going to suck next year. They don't have Dame Lillard. So the assumption is they're going to make a move here and that Giannis will be relocated. Now turning the page. So we move now to photographic evidence that several of you idiots sent me. You know who you are. Email and on social media. Hey, Ben, you got to be worried, man. Watch out. No, I'm shaking in my boots. Why? Some photos of Luka looking like a lean, mean, veggie-eating machine for the offseason. So, are you impressed? The question. We'll keep it simple. These photos have bounced around. Maybe you've seen them. Maybe you haven't. But since several of you sent me these, the photographs of Luka, several of them, off-season photos of Luka Doncic looking like a lean, mean, veggie-eating machine. Are you impressed? So on this one, I give it side eye. It's a paradise. It's a sucker's paradise, these photos. And one thing I know for sure is the rank-and-file basketball fan loves to fall for these off-season photos and videos. They are so dumb, and they fall for it every year. And I love it. I laugh my ass off every year. The off-season workout videos, we see the same thing in football. Some hardo working out. Oh, he's going to lead the league in sacks, or this guy's going to have the most receptions and all this stuff. And 97% of the time, complete you-know-what. Right? Complete you-know-what. So another offseason here where it is a sucker's paradise. We are supposed to believe the parade is going to be in L.A. next year because Luka, all right, he decided finally to go out and have a salad in the offseason, and he was on a treadmill. And because of that, now he's going to be in the greatest shape of his life and all this stuff. If I'm not mistaken, now my friends in Dallas, maybe Charlie's up listening, but my friends in Dallas can confirm that this is at least the third or fourth year, maybe longer, where we see photos of skinny Luka. He's in shape. My God, does he look good. Yeah, there's Luka on a yacht or hanging out at a gym, or maybe he's in a restaurant and there's a big plate of salad, leafy greens right in front of him there. And everyone loses their mind. Oh, it's so exciting. Can't believe it. Oh, my God. He just discovered basketball yet again. His passion. It's a passion play. Whee! So exciting. I can't believe it. All right. But this is the classic off-season hallucination situation. And it happens year after year. The question is, how many times does this have to happen before somebody steps in and says, wait a minute, what are we doing here? Now, my favorite is still Ben Simmons, and I feel like this is a carbon copy of Ben Simmons. Ben Simmons' summer workout videos are the thing of legends. You watch Ben Simmons in the offseason, he shoots like Curry. He has moves to the basket like he's Giannis Antetokounmpo, unstoppable. But really the great is behind the arc, the three-point shots. Man, he's fluid, looking good. And look, he made another jumper. And then it's an empty arena. Very exciting, right? Very exciting. Meanwhile, Luka's eating like a king and all the great foods there back in his home country. And everyone fools themselves. They get all excited, all giddy and all that stuff. And, of course, doesn't mean he's going to play defense. And also the other problem here is, spoiler alert, the problem is that Luka does the impossible. He plays 3 or 4 games a week in the NBA and still manages to get fat. You know how much working out you're doing just by playing in NBA games, running up and down and all that stuff? And when the season begins, he must eat so well and all that hookah and everything. I mean, he's living the life. He's living the life. All right, now, we move away from that. I'm sure Luka will have a dad body again by sometime in early December, if not by the time he shows up to training camp. Now, the final thought. To baseball. Baseball. Around the majors, where surprisingly the Red Sox did well. They won the weekend against the Yankees in the Bronx, and so the Red Sox, a faux contender, but they did win a couple from the Bronx Bombers over the weekend. But the one they lost is what has everyone talking. Walker Buehler. Buehler? Yeah, Walker Buehler. So if you didn't see it, he allowed 7 runs while getting all of 6 outs. 7 runs, 6 outs in a Red Sox loss to the Yankees over the weekend. Now, his earned run average is over 5 now. Who goofed? I've got to know. He signed a 1-year contract after leaving the champion Dodgers. He was a big part of that, Walker Buehler, and he got a 1-year, $21 million contract from Boston, and that led to the mother of all quotes, the money quote from Walker Buehler. Walker Buehler said, quote, "This organization put a lot of faith in me this offseason, and I have been effing embarrassing for us." Close quote. It's Walker Buehler. Walker Buehler, effing embarrassing. So, question. Should Red Sox supporters appreciate Walker Buehler's honesty for calling it like it is, or be freaking out, this guy is toast, and he's in your rotation once every 5 days, he can't pitch anymore? So the answer to this, I wrote down on my scorecard all of the above. I wrote down all of the above. Walker Buehler knows that he's been the manure man this season for the Sox. And he's taking responsibility, and so that's nice to see. He's taking responsibility for his lack of performance, which is rather obvious to anyone who's been paying attention here. And he's not making excuses, and so it's nice that he's not sugarcoating this. And on some level, you give a little bit of credit because we live in the era of, it ain't my fault, bro. I ain't pitching until I get mine. Listen, the Dodgers gave that schmuck Blake Snell a big money contract, and he doesn't even want to pitch. He's made 2 starts. They're going to have a bobblehead. That's got to be the worst bobblehead in Dodger history. A Blake Snell bobblehead they're giving away. You talk about trash. Who the hell would want that? Man, you throw that right in the toilet, a Blake Snell bobblehead. But Walker Buehler is forever a Dodger legend by what he did last offseason. But things obviously have gone terribly in his first season in Boston, and he didn't come out and say, well, I'm close, I'm working on something new here. No, he said, I stink. And he does. He stinks, which is cool. However, it does not change the arithmetic here. The arithmetic is the same, that Walker Buehler and his performance, or lack thereof, it's been like a photo in Jim Nantz's wallet. Hello, friends. Jim Nantz famously likes his toast burnt, so he carries around a photo of burnt toast. And burnt toast should be the baseball card for Walker Buehler. Burnt toast. That is the way he has pitched. That is the success that he has had, or lack thereof. Burnt toast for Walker Buehler and his preferred breakfast and whatnot here. And from Dodger October Ace, from shutdown big game Walker Buehler to what has been a cinematic tragedy with the Red Sox. I mean, man, this guy pitched 10 scoreless innings against the Mets and Yankees in the NLCS and the World Series, respectively. 10 scoreless innings. And, of course, if you're the Red Sox, you're not looking for confessions. You don't really need confessions. You're looking for, quality starts, and those have not existed pretty much at all for Walker Buehler. And it makes sense that he only got a 1-year contract. He's coming off Tommy John surgery. His arm's all messed up. And so it was an odd domination in the postseason for Walker Buehler. And the fact that teams were not lining up to pay him based on how he had pitched in the big games, that was a dead giveaway. A dead giveaway that things were not particularly great.